Good morning, students. Today we will continue with second chapter, Nelson Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom. Now we will start from where we have left in the first session, right? But before starting, let us just quickly revise whatever we have done so far. So far we have done that this particular chapter is an extract from Nelson Mandela's autobiography, which is A Long Walk to Freedom. Now the chapter starts with Mandela giving his speech while he was getting the presidentship of this new South Africa, which is ruled by black only, right? So here he said that he is accompanied by his daughter, and then his entire speech is mentioned, which we have done, children. Next, in the next paragraph, we have just seen that in what way the army present their or represent their power in the form of a show, right? And then the flag is hoisted. Now let's come to the next session, which will start from the next paragraph, which is the day was symbolized. Now in this paragraph, as you can see, children, it is written that for the first time the two national anthems were sung. The white was singing Nkosi Skelel, Africa, and the black sang Die Stem, and both of them didn't know the lyrics of it, but they sang it wholeheartedly, right? And they would soon know the word by heart, and they would soon learn it. Why? Because it will be made mandatory, right? Now we'll come to the next paragraph. See, in the next paragraph, Mandela is saying about the inauguration day, and he is taking us back to how it all started, to how the discrimination actually started. See, so he is over here saying, on the day of inauguration, I was overwhelmed with a sense of history. In the first decade of the 20th century, a few years after the bitter Anglo-Boer War, and before my own birth, the white-skinned people of South Africa patched up their differences and erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. So this racial discrimination was started by South African people only, right? From those, it was started by white against the black-skinned people of their own land. See, children, now the next line is quite important to understand the context. It says, the structure they created formed the basis of the hardest, the most inhumane societies the world has ever known. And what is that society? That society was South Africa, which had white supremacy, right? Now in the last decade of 20th century and my own 8th decade as a man, the system had been overturned forever. And how is this overturned? This is overturned with Mandela taking up the presidentship, right? So this system has been overturned and replaced by one that recognizes the rights and freedom of all people, regardless of the color of their skin. Now it will be a fair system. Now this fair system has come, right? Now let's come to the next paragraph. The next paragraph is all about how the courageous people, they come in the front and fought or raised their voice against the system. See, that day had come about through the unimaginable sacrifices of thousands of people whose suffering and courage can never be counted or repaid. I felt that day as I have on so many other days, that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who have gone before me. And he's saying that it is not only my effort, but it is the effort of all those patriots who have gone by, who have raised their voice earlier and given me a platform to walk upon. So it is not entirely my own effort that Africa is free today, but the effort of all these people. And he mentions these people as well. See, he's saying, who have gone before me. That long and noble line ended and now began again with me. And this now new line has begun with me. I was pained that I was not able to thank them, and I'm feeling painful that I'm not being able to thank them. And why is he not being able to thank them? Because these people are no more alive, right? and they have sacrificed their life for this, and that they were not able to see what their sacrifices has wrought, and they are not able to see because they are no more alive. So he's saying that he is deeply pained to see this, right? The policy of apartheid created a deep and lasting wound in my country and my people. Now he's saying this particular racial discrimination has created a deep wound among my people and my country, which will take few years, if not generations. See, he's saying in this, he's summing up in this paragraph that this particular thing will take years, if not generation, to completely banish from my country, or to completely, the concept of which can completely go off from my country, to go away from this concept of white supremacy or this discrimination. It will take a few years. See, he's saying all of us will spend many years, if not generation, recovering from that profound hurt. What was that profound hurt? The supremacy and the discrimination. But the decades of oppression and brutality had another unintended effect, and that was that it produced. Now he is naming those profound people who fought for their freedom. So he has named a few, and those were the pictures also you can see here, children. Those are Oliver Thambos, the Walter Cecilis, the Chief Lutherus, Yusuf Dadus, and Bram Fisher, the Robert Sokovis of our time, men of extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity. So these all are called men of extraordinary courage, wisdom, and generosity, that they took charge, right? And they fought. That their like may never be known again, and people like them may never be known again. People like them may never come again, right? Be known again. Perhaps it requires such depths of oppression to create such height of character. Perhaps this kind of discrimination, this kind of hatred, or this kind of an inhumane system is required again to create these kind of leaders. And now this kind of discrimination will never be seen again. So we will not have these kind of leaders, right? This is what he is saying, summing up. Perhaps so. My country is rich in the minerals and gems that lie beneath its soil, but I have always known that its greatest wealth is its people. Now he's again saying that my country has got a lot of natural resources, a lot of things, but I know where its strength lies, where its real strength lies. So its real strength is not in its natural resources, but its real strength is its people, finer and truer than the purest diamond, and they are finest and purer than any diamond, right? Come to the next paragraph, children, wherein Mandela is saying about these people who have struggled. So the next paragraph is about them only. See, and what he has learned from their struggle. He's summing up all those stuff in the next paragraph. So here he says, it is from these comrades in the struggle that I learned the meaning of courage, and from these comrades only, from these people only in the struggle, that I learned the meaning of real courage, how to be courageous and raise your voice against something that you don't believe to be fair enough, right? Time and again, I have seen men and women risk their lives for an idea. Time and again, he has seen men, not only men, but women also risking their life for an idea. And what is that idea? That idea is free Africa, or freedom, not to be judged on racial grounds, right? Now this line is important, children. You can mark this line or you can note down, right? I have seen men stand up to attack and torture without breaking, showing a strength and resilience that defies the imagination. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. And I also learned that courage is not the absence of fear. It is not the absence of fear. You have fear deep inside your heart that something's going to happen. But what gives you real strength is you subside that fear and you still go ahead, because you know what you're fighting for is correct. See, And this line is also important, children. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, and the brave is the one who is afraid, but then he tries to overcome his fear. See, he's saying, but he conquers that fear. He conquers that fear and he overcomes it. Such man is a brave man, and this is what all of these people have done. Is the only reason they have sacrificed their life, right? So these are the people who we can call brave. Now in this class we'll do till here only, because from the next paragraph it's all about Mandela's life, his childhood days and everything else. So we'll do that in the next session. In this session we'll do till here only. I want you to go through the chapter once again till here. Read the chapter completely till here, children, so that you can have a better idea of it, right? So we'll cover till here only. In the next session we'll meet up again for the continuation of the chapter.